The BLM movements are back on our streets in Britain, causing chaos. In this video, we're going to tell you the truth about what happened yesterday in Peckham. It's time to talk about the reality. Let's bring you some facts about what's been happening over the last 24 hours. Yesterday in Peckham, South London, there was a bit of an incident. And that incident escalated massively. Well, I believe the event was before yesterday, and over the last 24 hours, there's been a massive clash on social media, which now resulted on the streets. Basically, we have this situation, and I'm going to explain why there's a massive protest outside a shop in Peckham.
Shut it down! Shut it down! Peckham head! 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 Shut it down! 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 Shut it down!
This is about the shop, Peckham Hair and Cosmetics. The protesters who were there, and there were a lot of people linked to Antifa and the BLM movements who were also leading the protests, who were shouting at a shop. Now, Peckham is, as they would say, a very diverse area with a lot of different races and ethnicities and cultures and everything else, right? Now, one of the issues we have is that this video came out about this black woman who was a customer who went into a shop, the Peckham Hair and Cosmetics, to apparently return a product that she bought. And the shop's policy is that they don't do refunds, but the shopkeeper, who was South Asian, I believe, Asian shopkeeper, said, I could give you store credit. Okay, fair enough. The woman, the video that we now have, the original video, I'm going to show you that video, but then we're going to give you the footage that has not been seen by the others.
Babe! Fucking not, thank you, record it! Record it, call the police! Call the police, babe! Call the police! Call the fucking police!
So that was originally the video that we saw. The man was basically putting a lot of pressure and kind of essentially strangling him. And they were saying, well, this man, the shopkeeper, unprovoked attack on the black woman as a customer, right? That was the only thing we had to see. And she was just hitting back and all that. Then we discovered what was happening a few seconds before that moment. A few seconds before that moment was what I described. She went to the shop. She tried to get a refund. He said no. He said, I'll give you store credit. Then what she tried to do was she then picked up a number of items and she tried to run away out of the shop, essentially stealing, robbing the shop because she was angry. And then the shopkeeper tried to stop her. This is before the original video. And then she started to attack him. So that was the original place, that corner, then next to the actual entrance. Then he pushed her towards the first camera that you saw. As you saw in this video, he was trying his best to just block her, to say don't leave the shop. And then she started to slap him, and then he pushed her, and then that escalated from there. You can tell who started the provocation of the incident. And then we also have this video. Now, this was after he then pushed her towards one of the aisles. At this point, he's not doing anything anymore. It's the woman who keeps attacking him. And the shopkeeper is just trying to keep peace and trying to make sure she doesn't leave the store. They call the police, I guess, and to come and arrest her for assault and attempt at robbery. But the people who started protesting didn't really care about that footage. They were just focusing on the original, the first camera that they had, and they decided to go and start a massive protest initially, then intimidation tactics. I'm going to read some of the stuff that we have. So the shop is now closed in Peckham. They are absolutely terrified for their lives, the shopkeeper and the family and everybody else. And there are all these stickers and signage and everything else on the shop. And some of them says, what is it? Where's the other one? There we go. Racist, of course. Ironically, they are attacking the Asians. They say, go to hell, East Asians. Firstly, South Asian, but I don't think they know the difference in South Asian and East Asians, but okay. Then it says black women matter. No one said they didn't, but okay. And then they said, but one of them was interesting. Let me just read you this tweet that I saw earlier. There was a fascinating conversation that someone said, this is a black person on Twitter trying to defend the protesters, essentially saying, these Pakistanis, let's just say, but they used a different word, don't like us black people, yet they want to come and stay in our communities and businesses. Why don't you leave and go to Leicester, Birmingham, or Bradford? Seriously. Did you notice something about that tweet? Essentially, what we have is diversity and multiculturalism going too far. None of this incident that I talked to you guys about in this video had anything to do with English, British people, the actual, well, as they say, white people, right? The white supremacy. Nothing to do with white people here. It's basically an Asian shopkeeper and the black people in Peckham, South London. And then there's a clash right now. They are claiming that their areas are their communities, their territory. So if you are a British Asian or Asian, you have to leave Peckham because Peckham is basically like Africa. You have to go to Birmingham or Leicester. That's more like Asia. Why can't we have Britain? Why can't we have England? Why can't we have the country that was supposed to be originally? Why are we supposed to be having different ghetto areas in different places? Why can't we just have one culture with different ethnicities? I don't care. I mean, even that the image of the country is changing, but the compromise is that if, as long as everybody behaves the same way, have a common goal, common culture, then we still have to obviously control migration. I'm not saying open the doors to everybody, but you can have one culture, one common character as a nation. This whole thing has nothing to do with white people. Then the BLM protesters are chanting outside the shop saying white supremacy, all that. What's that got to do with anything? The shopkeeper was South Asian. You are now attacking the Asian shopkeepers and the other Asians in the area, in the community, as you say, just because their skin color is brown and not black. You are basically treating them as evil white people, as you would say. This is absolutely disgusting, and I thought I'll give you guys the facts. You might have heard the story if you're watching TV somehow or listening to radio. You must have heard the original story, but I thought I'd give you the facts that haven't been mentioned yet. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.